Good afternoon, Radio Entrepreneurs guests. We're here today with Ayaz Mahmud of West Branch Capital. Good afternoon, how are you?
Good afternoon, John. How are you?
I'm great. So, Ayaz, you're in the wealth management and 401k world, and we're here trying to help entrepreneurs. So why don't you tell the audience a little bit about the services that you provide?
Overall wealth management firm, we found a great need for advice on 401k, given the Department of Labor has been pushing the fiduciary rule, obviously on hold at the moment, but some form or the other, I think people have become aware that plan sponsors, either companies that set up 401ks, have a fiduciary responsibility to their employees, and our role is to work with them and make sure or do our best to that they would meet those fiduciary standards. Overall, this is good for plan participants and your employees if you're trying to get them the best possible alternatives or combinations of alternatives. So we consult with the sponsors, and we're also available to plan participants if they want advice on what to do. Generally, our services are mostly with the plan participants and drafting an investment policy, for instance, or selecting a mutual funds that may go into ETFs, that may go into the alternatives, target funds, and as well as some conservative funds that are default funds, so that if nobody's making a contribution, that's the one that's picked up for them.
And really, for the business owner, I've always found it interesting and somewhat frustrating that you find out sometimes that the firms that come in, they don't really explain the different plan designs and chassis that you could have a safe harbor provision, or elaborate a little on the different simple versus 401k.
Well, you can, as the firm grows and you have more employees, the 401k is, to our knowledge and to our experience, being the most cost efficient. Because if you have other plans where you can't, as you know, you cannot discriminate against different people. You got to treat everybody equally. So as the firm grows, in the beginning, you can do the simplified employee pension plans. I mean, there are obviously good choices where you can put a lot of money away for your retirement. But as you grow, now you have to treat everyone equally. Therefore, the 401k becomes a really natural, normal choice.
And a firm like yours is adding value because a lot of times, you want borrowing provisions, vesting, and for a business owner to know the landscape of the retirement planning, it's very difficult.
Right. I think what people are, particularly smaller firms, they're busy building their businesses. Mm-hmm. And usually the person we deal with is one of the principals who has rather be spending time building the business than looking over the shoulder and worrying about what am I going to do with the 401k. So we actually provide a whole blueprint and an ongoing basis where you can just get one document from us quarterly, an annual meeting. If you want a WebEx with the employees or somebody wants to call us, we just take care of it. Yeah. So people go, and so that's where the value add is, for sure, also.
And it sounds like your firm can handle the business owner and the participants if they have other outside investments, and you can actually add. So you're kind of collaborating and giving a whole plan.
That's a very good point. We don't require that participants should talk to us or they should do business with us. That's entirely up to them. If they have their own advisor, they can work with the advisor. We're more than comfortable, and that happens. But if somebody has a question or wants to talk about it or doesn't have an advisor or is moved from a different part of the country to come and work, let's say come to work in Massachusetts, sometimes they want to make a change, of course we can do that. And I've done this for over 30 years. So that's I don't want to say there's anything easy about it, but that's sort of a simpler process than the 401k itself. Yeah.